Hello, beautiful humans. Thanks for clicking on our conversation with Sam and Colby. You might have seen them on YouTube, you know, breaking into prison, spending the night in Target, hanging out at like Devil, Satan, River, Castle things. They're nuts, but they're good people. They hung out. We talked life, YouTube, about a whole bunch. I think you'll enjoy it if you like them. And I have 2 missions for them. 2. They're going to go viral. I guarantee it. Feedback from you. Give it to us. Leave it in the comment section below. We got a podcast. Link in the description. And subscribe if you're in. But if you're not in, it's okay. Enjoy.
Let's do this. Zach Show.
They seem so scared.
I have a laptop. I was trying to upload because I'm late today.
The man himself.
That's what you're doing, right? You're uploading out there.
I can't. I don't have Wi-Fi.
What's on your shirt? Where did you just come
I have no idea. I think I spilled a bunch of milk on it before I came here.
Oh, that's
Nice.
Nice. That's
You probably smell
That's
awesome.
new.
Well, congratulations. Dan, Heather, this is Sam and Colby. Sit on the couch.
Hi, Sam and Colby. Which one's Sam? Which one's Colby?
Sam.
Okay, Sam.
Nice to meet you.
Heather, nice to meet you, Colby. Oh, sorry.
Nice to meet you.
It's Haley. She's our board op.
Yeah, she's running things. Sam and Colby are here.
Yo, how you been, Zach?
Thank you.
I've been good. It has been a really long time.
Yeah, how long has it been? Like a year?
No.
No. 6 months?
Maybe 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
But like, yeah.
Go way back.
Yeah, we
Back
go
in the
back.
good old days.
We do, but 6 to 8 months is not a long time. Do you see that as a long time now?
Not really. Life goes pretty fast.
Yeah. But I feel like the online lifestyle has made time feels quicker, right? And like, because it feels quicker, you think 6 months is like forever ago because we just keep moving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it
We're on
goes,
to
it
new
goes by
things.
really fast, but also, especially in the YouTube world where we come from, like a week is like a year.
Explain that.
Like, if I posted something last week, everyone's forgotten about it the next day. Like, things go by, like, you need to continue on, like, really, really fast. That's why, like, daily vlogging was such a huge thing. Because, I don't know.
No, but it makes a lot of sense, right? Like, but is there like there's such a high when you upload something and you experience the success of it, but to know that the shelf life on it is only
a day, you know, really? People forget about it so fast.
Yep.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
That's all our feeling.
It hurts. It hurts so bad.
You put in so much work for one video and then it uploads and then 12 hours later you go to bed and everyone forgets about it. It's like,
Exactly.
Dang, all right.
You give so much to your videos specifically. I mean, a lot of great creators do. I mean, the best do. I'd watch you guys before we had hung out and got to know each other, but it's just like rewatching some of your like best hits. I mean, the Target thing, you spending 24 hours in the mall in the Target, I mean, that's like really risky, and there's a lot of strategy and planning, and there's a lot on the line when you decide to spend, 8 hours behind strollers.
Exactly.
Under
and risking
shelves.
getting arrested, you know? It's like one
Almost
video.
did too.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Getting arrested, yeah, just the one time, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, but if it wasn't getting arrested, I'm watching, I'm like, it could be anything. It could be somebody afraid that you're like there robbing the place and they can accidentally like hit you over the head with something. Like, you have no idea what could happen.
Yeah, and some places we go are not even like as cordial as Target. It's like abandoned places in the middle of like really rough cities. So we could run into people with guns, you know, they could kill us.
We've been chased with like guns before. Like people like see us in an abandoned place and then they'll like get their guns out and like run after us.
It's totally worth it.
It's terrifying.
Totally worth it. Do it for the views, you know?
The views, bro.
But you have said that you started exploring stuff like as friends prior to even doing a YouTube thing, because you guys are from Kansas City.
Yes.
When I heard that for the first time, I was like, good people.
Yeah.
We love
95
Kansas City.
cents.
Yes.
Yeah.
The vibe. I'm going there tomorrow morning, and then I'm there next weekend again.
Wow, all right. You're the
Yeah.
Kansas boy too.
I go probably home way more than you all do.
Actually, yeah, probably nowadays.
Yeah, your LA is F.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we started all this exploring like way back when. That's the main question. People are like, how the heck do you just randomly find yourself in an abandoned building? That's kind of a weird train of thought, you know, to start. But yeah, there's absolutely nothing to do in Kansas. As you know, farmland, like not much fun goes around there. So we're like, all right, what can we do? Let's just break laws and go into private property or whatever. So that's what we did as like a friend group, and we actually had fun with it. And so instead of doing these stupid YouTube challenges, I'm not saying they're stupid, but
Yes, you
they're
did.
okay.
Stupid. They're stupid.
They're a little stupid.
Oh no, most of them are stupid.
Yeah. So instead of doing that, we're like, let's do something that we actually enjoy.
But you started doing, on YouTube, you started doing the challenges, right? Exploring came later.
Very later.
Yeah.
Very much later. Yeah.
We were trying to follow like the trends and stuff first because we were just like, we were Viners. We started on Vine. So when when that died, rest in peace Vine, and we had to like try to figure out how to like do YouTube, we, just did everything that everybody else was doing, but it just wasn't enjoyable for us. Like we hated it.
But you hated it because you felt like you were one of the many doing the exact same thing or trying to do versions of one thing?
It just wasn't our style really. Like we, I don't know, when we had to do like the videos that are like 20 things like girls find attractive in guys, like it wasn't us.
Yeah.
So it just felt kind of forced and fake.
I mean, we did our best to, like be ourselves, but it basically was like someone else was telling us what content to do because they were all do these trends and it's like, okay, if you're a YouTuber, you do XYZ, you eat cinnamon or you do those stupid questions about your crush on girls and stuff. And they're like, yeah, we don't really come from that. Like, we don't like that as much. So we're like, all right, let's go break into abandoned places.
The next step.
Do you
Exactly.
think you would have had a fan base, though,
Streamlined.
if you didn't do those basic, challenges?
I mean, those challenges honestly didn't get hardly any views at all. Like we had our fan base
Comparatively.
from Vine, yeah, comparatively. But yeah, actually, as soon as we started posting the abandoned like videos, like those are the ones that blew up for us.
Hey, I want to talk to you about the S word, school. I've been thinking about going back to college for a little bit now. My mom brings it up every now and then, but I don't know. I need the right school for me, and maybe one of our sponsors is that school. If you're like me and you've been considering going back to school, you gotta ask yourself the following questions. Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits that need to be easily transferred? Do you want to earn a quality degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of those questions, Arizona State University could be the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 150 highly ranked degree programs, 100% online. So you're going to earn the same degree that you would on campus on your own schedule from wherever you are. It's totally up to you, which to me, that's like the coolest thing in the world. Plus, ASU Online accepts so many different transfer credits. They're there to make it easy for you. If you want more information, text Zach to 35517. That is ZACH to 35517, and you'll learn why the Wall Street Journal ranks ASU 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates, and why 87% of ASU grads are recruited for jobs within the first 90 days of graduation. That's really impressive. Learn to grow, learn to succeed, and learn to thrive. Arizona State University. If you want to learn more about ASU online degree programs, text Zach to 35517. That is Zach, ZACH, to 35517. But your Truth or Strip, like that series is pretty popular. Would you consider that?
I think there's a difference between the type of content and the audience you get from it. I think those girl-based teenager-based videos that are like how to deal with like your crush and like what cutesy guy things, like that type of stuff obviously gets the teenage girl audience, and which is most of our fan base now. But when we transferred over, it was more viral, I guess, but obviously more male-oriented, or at least more 50-50.
Yeah, because it can spread anywhere. Like a lot of your videos, and you were talking obviously earlier about posting something and then 12 hours later it's dead. I mean, that is the case sometimes, but there have been moments where people will like pull your video and share it on Facebook, and 24 million people have seen it, and it just keeps spreading and spreading and spreading. I think your Target video is a good example of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's an amazing thing when that happens, but it's kind of a rarity. But there has been multiple cases when like some of our big public disturbance pranks that we started on Vine would do like almost every single year go viral on like Facebook or Twitter, and it was just like awesome, the free promotion, but like you can't count on that.
And you also don't make money off of it.
True, because other people are just stealing your content. It's like we have no real way to monetize that.
Okay, what is the dumbest thing you've done for views?
Oh,
It's hard to pick one, right?
I was gonna say
probably.
in our repertoire, that's a lot.
I think I like faked my death for a video one time and it went viral. It wasn't on our channel, but it was pretty dumb.
Wait,
Oh, jeez.
I remember
Way to
that video.
drop that bomb.
You all
I know.
remember this too. Is this guy Sam? What's
Yeah.
his-
Sam Pepper,
Sam
killing best friend prank.
It was like a kidnap thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I
you.
forgot you
That was
were in
us
that.
too, yeah.
Maybe that's why you look familiar.
Did I see you in that Sam Pepper killing best friend prank video?
Exactly. If you
That
can just
was dumb.
imagine me teary-eyed and crying the whole time, then probably look familiar.
I mean, that's probably the most viral thing you've ever done.
Very viral, but very fake as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just so like I can get that out there. Like
yeah,
a lot of people
also-
still think it's real.
Yeah, well, you're here, so we know you're not dead.
Right.
Exactly.
But,
And I don't hate him either.
But,
Oh,
did
good,
you-
good,
but
good.
at the time, you thought he was dead.
No, that's the thing. Is
Oh,
because
you-
on Sam's channel, like he just came to us and wanted to get a viral stunt, and we're like, okay, cool, we'll help you out with this viral stunt. So we actually all three came up with the idea together before we even filmed it. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll watch my best friend die. That's cool. Let's go.
We also like at the time only had like 100K subscribers, and Sam Pepper had like 2 million. So we were like, this is our chance. This is our break. We have to do something crazy. Like we didn't really care.
So we basically listened to whatever we had to do. Let's go for it.
Do you consider that video being your break?
It gave us momentum, I would
Yeah.
say.
We gained like 100K subscribers after that, and like Sam honestly got like the short end of the stick. He got like all the hate. Like we were scot free, so we just gained subscribers and we were like fine.
But I mean, I would say our break was the video you were talking about, the 24 hours
Definitely.
and the
Target.
Target, because that rebranded our whole channel. From that point on, we were like, okay, we want to stop doing these kiddie, like, in your apartment videos and go out, stay overnight at abandoned places, or sometimes, like, more store, like, mall-oriented type of things, too, which is more illegal, but hey.
I like the hide and seek. I love all of them, and I like some of the videos you made at your house too, like the giant slip and slide.
Yeah.
I even like the largest bowl of cereal.
Oh, my gosh.
That was awful. That was like
Yeah.
that stunk up our apartment for like months.
Oh, my, it was
Sure.
horrible.
Oh.
And just imagine, like, soured milk. But we still had 4 months left in that apartment. So it was like, no.
They literally got a kiddie, like it wasn't even a kiddie pool. It was a legitimate inflatable pool, and they filled it all with cereal and all the milk.
How many gallons
all
of
the
milk?
I don't know.
Ooh.
We wiped out, what, 4 stores worth
Oh,
of milk?
geez.
Yeah, we went to like all the
Damn.
Ralphs around the area, just like bought every Fruit Loop we could find,
Oh, man.
all the milk.
So whose idea it is to start exploring again? Which one of you is like, yeah, we used to do this. This is good content, or could be good content.
Well, actually, we originally got the 24-hour challenge idea from Sam Pepper because we obviously were friends with him around, like, just YouTube. And we saw him doing those 24-hour challenges. So we started that with the Target video. But actually, you came up with the idea, Colby, I think, when you went on, like, and actually explored our first place, right?
Yeah, so I had a friend that was just like, hey, I know of a place called Devil's Gate Dam. And I was like, oh, that sounds terrifying. Let's go. And it was really cool, actually. And at this point, like on our YouTube career, we were kind of just going week by week. Like we didn't really know what we were posting, didn't really have a schedule. And so I think the week of, like, we forgot, like, or we just didn't even know like what to post at all. So I was just like, hey, I just went to that Devil's Gate Dam, like, we should go explore it and stuff. And just try it out, and it
We
worked out.
Explored that. That was our best performing video, like, ever. I think, other than like the ones that like went mega viral, like just for a plain YouTube video. So like, all right, let's do that again. And the next week we're like, how do we make it crazier? So we brought a slip and slide to that dam and went through a sewer on a slip and slide. And we're like, and that was our second best performing video ever. So we're like, let's keep doing this over and over and over again. And then when we started moving into that house, like you were talking about with all of our roommates, a couple of the guys were like, why don't you just do that full time? You know, like, obviously those are your best performing videos. Why would you not just do that full time? So we're like, all right, let's go. Let's start traveling the world. And like now it's all we do.
Dude, it's cool.
Thank you.
It really is a whole niche sector of the YouTube space, right? Like everybody has their thing, and you guys are known and continuing to be known for exploring stuff. And I don't know, like, is there anything, like, when you think about where you want to go with it all, is it a documentary series? Is it continuing just traveling to scary places? Is it exploring anything and everything?
I mean,
Is
that's
there a-
something we've talked about a lot. And you say, yeah, it's a very niche audience that watches this. However, we try to tap into multiple different audiences as we come from like the teeny bopper like type of fan base. We want to not only make it cool for people that like exploring things, we want to make it interesting for anybody who watches like an action movie. So like we know a lot of explorers that do the same thing, even the same locations, but they do it more of like a documentary. They're like, oh, here's this place, it was made in 1926, like here
They're
you
not
go.
going to take a slip and slide to it.
We try to go that next step to make it interesting for our old fans as well as new fans as well as older crowd as well as younger crowd. Try to make it more universal.
So what's the dumbest thing you've done for views?
Back to that.
And is there any
Other
limit?
than killing people ourselves.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, because like bringing a slip and slide to a haunted dam is pretty ridiculous.
That is pretty ridiculous.
I mean, the other day,
Is there anything you regret?
there was one time I thought I was going to regret it, and that was the closest we've ever been to getting
when we
arrested.
broke into the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About over the summer, we broke into an active jail through a air conditioning unit on the side of their building.
Wow.
What jail?
It was in Pennsylvania. So when we say active jail, it's not really active. It was a recently shut down jail that now they use as a filming space. And so like there's security there, there's offices, like lights on, everything. Like it's working day to day, like 9 to 5 every single day. But there's no like prisoners in it. So we
Okay.
just like jumped in there, and we even saw like notes and dates of like that week. So obviously we knew there's still employees coming in and out. But yeah, so halfway through that video, we ran into actual people that worked there.
Usually, like, we'll be like really cool about it and like just go to like the abandoned places so we don't have to break anything. But like, we were just like, if we can get into this place, the views are gonna be amazing. So we just like started checking like everything, and eventually one of like the cooling systems, right, or like an AC unit,
the
like
AC unit.
was just loose and just took a little shakes and we got in.
Do you like look at a floor plan before you go there, or once you're there, you just start figuring it out as
Where
you
would
go?
you get a floor plan?
I don't know, the
Exactly.
internet?
No, yeah, I mean, like you said, a lot of the places we go to are abandoned. So usually our friends or someone has been there before, so they usually will give us insight on like how to get in or how not to get caught. However, with like obviously those places, no one goes in there. Like it was the first time, so we just had to try everything to get
Just
in.
walk around it like 4 times
But-
and just try everything.
That did not go over well with our fan base, and they told us, please do not do that anymore. So we've
Then a month later, we broke into the Superdome in Texas.
Oh wow.
I don't think
we're
we
done.
should. I don't think we should mention that.
Yeah, okay,
but,
we're live right now on radio.
Is that up?
It's okay.
Is that on the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's up.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we already screwed ourselves, but the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, we got into there.
What-
I don't know how. No one has ever done it. A couple of our friends texted us and said, literally, that's never been done before. How the heck did you get away with that? We never break in. If there's not a way that we can get in without, like hurting anything, then we don't do it. So like with the air conditioning unit, it was literally just like we jiggle the boom and we put it back after, and it still works. Like the Superdome, we went underneath a door. It was we never break and enter. We just,
Gotcha. You just
enter. And we just go around, have fun, and get out of there. So like really, we're causing no harm.
Right.
So no one really has like a necessity to go back and be like, wait, who broke that? I gotta look at the security cameras. So that's why we've only ever had to take down one video. So
What video?
The
Splat a lot.
Splat a lot.
So have you ever heard of Wipeout, like the American
Oh
Wipeout?
yeah.
Basically, Canada has a version of that, but it's called Splat a lot. And so we found like this random game set in like the middle of a forest that looked like the Wipeout set, and they didn't like us posting there.
Wait, how did you just stumble upon that?
Google searches, friends. Like
We were
fans.
on our tour. We did our very first Explore Sam and Colby tour this summer, and we were up in Toronto, and we just asked our Toronto fans like, "Yo, what's around?" And someone gave us that spot. We Google searched it, and yeah, we just ran to this middle of the forest, and it was a whole TV set. It was probably the most beautiful, pristine thing we've ever seen for like exploring abandoned videos. But sadly, that was taken down.
And we posted it like 3 days later. We just get an email like, that needs to come down right now.
You're getting
Oh,
sued in 24
sorry.
hours if you don't. And it's like, okay, cool.
Was that the only time you've gotten a threat like that?
Yeah, I think so.
We've gotten fake threats, like haters. You know, like we'll be like, "Oh, I'm contacting the police. You better take that down." I was like,
Do it.
"Do it, okay."
Dare you?
All right.
How have you guys not been arrested yet?
That's a good
I
question.
ask myself that every day.
They're blessed by God.
Yeah, I don't really know.
But is there a part of you that wants to get arrested?
No.
I
It
mean,
would
the
be
views,
great
though.
views,
That's what I'm saying.
but I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, that's
Have you ever
not
had to
good.
like run from police or run from anything while you were exploring
Yeah,
something?
all the time. Like, police, like
That's-
other kids in there, like.
That's the crazy part is we run from something, get caught, probably like 60 or 70% of the time. So, like in Canada, the next day after the Splat-A-Lot video, for example, we were trapped in a water park in the middle of a forest, one way out. Cops were at the entrance, the only way out. So we decided, all right, we're in Canada, we can't get caught right now. So we spent an hour and a half running through the forest aimlessly, no service, trying to get away from the cops, and we did.
What?
But
As you could hear, like sirens like behind us and stuff like that. We got it all on video.
Do it
And
for the views.
yeah,
If there's one way out and they were blocking it, how'd you escape?
Well-
So there was a forest behind us.
So you just ran through a random forest.
Yeah, we just like
Not
super
knowing-
dense.
not
like,
knowing where we'd come out on the other side.
It was awful.
We could have been there for hours, whatever. We didn't know.
what are you thinking in that moment? Are you like survival? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's like either we get arrested, which if we get arrested in Canada, then we're screwed. Like
Yeah.
basically.
You're stuck in Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's really not the worst place to be
No, but
stuck.
still.
They're really
You
nice.
don't be stuck in jail in Canada.
Yeah,
True.
that's true.
The Mounties are cool. That's
Yeah.
what they're called there.
No, I know.
But so this is like you're not nervous. You're not like let's just
No, it's terrifying.
go out with our hands up. That's what I would
Every
do.
single time.
Yeah.
Yes,
He would have been on a ball in the corner, fetal position.
or I would have hit someone until they went away.
If that
They're
would
not
have
going
happened,
away.
I mean, if that would have happened the very first time we did it, like these exploring videos, yeah, we'd probably be like, all right, we should just turn ourselves in. But we've been doing this like consistently every single week for about a year, and so almost nothing's really new anymore. It's like, all right, we know how to get away from this. We know not to trip these wires. We know how to like get in and get out without breaking anything. Like, I don't know, we've just done it for so long that we're like, we got a lot to lose, so let's, like make sure to do this right.
Let's run away. Yeah.
How often do you feel like you're actually in danger though? Because I feel like these places, there's like homeless people. You mentioned guns.
Yeah. Like most every time, honestly, like I feel like it's scary because even if it's not people, like we'll climb skyscrapers and stuff like that, and like our feet will be off of a 40-story ledge and stuff like that.
Oh, you do that stuff too.
Yeah.
Can't even look at those photos.
Oh my God,
It's
it's
just
crazy.
scary. It's scary. And then one time, actually, we went to this place called Satan's Castle, which sounds terrifying.
Sounds dope.
And we actually had this guy hold up like an upside down cross and then just chuck it at us, and it like boomeranged in the air and like
Jeez.
landed right in front of our feet.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
That
It was
castle was
freaky.
known for people like cults coming there and doing satanic rituals, and we witnessed one. The guy caught us. He was mad that he caught us during his ritual, so he threw his upside down cross, which was like serrated on
Oh my-
the edges.
Wait, so you didn't know this guy?
Didn't
No.
know this guy.
Absolutely.
That's what everybody in the comments is just like, oh, this is fake. Like they just set this up, blah blah blah. But like,
Yeah,
100% did not know
100%
that
real.
guy.
Like all of our like exploring videos, that's the one thing. Like obviously, Sam Pepper's prank, whatever, that was fake. But like our exploring videos, we keep genuine. And what it's crazy is things happen every time. Like things like that just make us think. Like I think about that Satan's Castle time like almost every.
Yeah, you
single
could have
week.
died.
Literally.
Who knows what's next?
And if you're a satanic cult member, you don't really have remorse. Like
Yeah, right.
like two little kids on your property, yeah, you're
No.
gonna chase them off.
They'll kill you in a second, not even blink.
Seriously.
Are you worried about dying in one of these videos? A lot of views.
Yeah, that's
It's just gonna be Ann Colby after that.
Or just Sam. Sam
Sam
and.
There we go. I don't know. Yeah, kind of, but we're very like we're careful about everything. So if there's a ledge that we don't think we can clear or something like that, we'll be like, okay, no, we'll just back away from that. Or if we think that we see people, we'll hide. We won't confront anybody. We won't I don't know. I feel like we're really careful about it.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of dumb stuff, but we're not dumb about it. Like we
That makes-
definitely
to be fair, that makes sense.
yeah, we do take precautions. We do realize, okay, even though this is like crazy, this is our job, and if we fail at it, get
You're
arrested,
done.
or die, we're done. Like
It's
this is
over.
our lives. So we can't be that stupid. It's not a movie. You know, there is no second take if we do mess up. If we are climbing a ledge, you know, suspended over 40 stories tall, if we screw up, we've screwed up.
Yes.
Like it's not going
Yeah,
back.
there's no there's no take two. You're dead. Which you hear stories about all the time, and that freaks me out.
That's why we keep the climbing to a minimum. I think we've done like
Yeah.
3 or 4 of those videos, but too many stories of people just falling off cranes and stuff. I mean, we're staying away from that.
I feel like this Explorer brand has like changed you visibly, Colby.
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got the freaking jewelry on your nose.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
the rings.
Got the rings. I got the tattoos now. Like
You look
I have
hard.
the X on like my back, like our logo for Explore on my back.
What is this? Like if I'm reading based on visuals, I feel like you're a changed man.
The Chris
I'm just-
Angel of YouTube.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not a phase, Mom. My mom actually doesn't know I got this tattoo.
What is the
She
tattoo
does
of?
now.
It's a crown.
There you go.
A crown?
Yeah, it's a crown. It's so. Have you ever heard of the game Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
I love that game. It's like my favorite, and it like
Classic.
literally shaped my like perception on the world because I played it when I was like 10, and so it like always taught me like to take chances and go see the world and stuff like that, which is kind of ironic because that's what we
what you
do
do.
like on our channel. So just wanted to get a little crown to like always remember that.
That's beautiful.
It's cute.
Thank you.
What about this nose ring?
Nose ring, Mom didn't know about either. But I mean, I don't know. It's just I've always been a kind of an edgy person, I guess you could say. Like
Edgy.
Call
edgy.
yourself edgy.
So now you're not doing, 10 things my crush do. You can now finally expose
Exactly. Yeah,
Yourself.
people look at
Girlfriend
me. I'm just like,
challenge.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for a YouTuber to be edgy. I don't know the word for it.
No, you
like-
can't make slime with those rings.
Exactly.
Right.
It's hard.
No going back to the kids channel.
Yeah.
What's the biggest change you've seen in each other since the very beginning?
Oh, that's a great question.
Wow, that's a pretty good question. I don't think anyone's ever asked us that.
Yeah.
I don't know, what's
Biggest
the
change?
Biggest change you've seen in me, dude. From like when we first met each other.
Probably just more business minded. I feel like back then we were like when we did all the stupid stuff back then, like it was more like immature and we were just doing it to do it and stuff like that. But I think now I can really see that he's more like business driven and like the behind the scenes like email answer type guy. You know what I mean?
But,
Like he changed into more like
Oh, so he's the
business
nerd.
guy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
the
the
nerd.
nerd. Okay,
I'm
cool.
the nerd, and he's the
He's the edge.
He's the edge.
edgy guy.
Badass
edgy
the
guy.
nerd.
Yeah, we definitely have a much different dynamic, but it's good. But same thing with him is I feel like we were both very like teenager, like sleeping, like kind of don't really care all that much. And like you said, he's always been like that edgy like it's not a phase, Mom type of guy. But
Yeah.
like, when you are thrown into this at 16 years old, we didn't go to college. We made this a full-time business from the get-go. We had to make these marks for our parents to let us do this as a career. We actually had to, sit down and work and like learn. And like there's like times that for months on end, we'd do 12-hour, 14-hour work days, like on our business and on our craft. And like that's something that I would not have expected when I first met him, like back when we were in band camp freshman year,
What motivated you all so early on? Was it not wanting to go to college? Was it not wanting to?
It's a story actually, but so like he was just saying, we were band kids like in Kansas. So like we were like, if you think of high school popularity as like a totem pole or like a pyramid of
You're
whatever.
very low.
Yes, we were like the lowest of the totem pole. And really all we cared about back then was like, we want to be popular type thing, because any 14, 15-year-old in high school did back then. But anyways, we're super shy, super anxious about everything. Like I would literally cry if I got called on like in class. I'd be like, oh, like, and just like choke up and start crying. And Sam was super shy too. So it was like we kind of met each other through that way, and then wanted to learn how to get confident together, and like doing that by just putting ourselves into super uncomfortable situations so that we could get out of our comfort zone and like figure out how to talk to people and like not be scared of the situations that we were scared of before.
Yeah, we thought we were at like, a disadvantage being in band and like being shy. We're like, why is it that all these other people can talk to anybody? Why is it that, you know, like all these people seem to have it all, like or they can do anything? Or even being from Kansas, why are all these people in LA and like the big cities having all these opportunities when we basically have nothing? Like, I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job. I don't want to, you know, like have to go to college and like hate my life if I don't want to do these things on day-to-day life. So like, all right, let's not be normal, even though we are literally the epitome of a normal Kansas like farm boy.
Yeah.
Like, let's do something different. So like you said, you know, confidence was the first step. Like, not being that shy kid that can't talk to anybody, not being that shy person that will cry when a teacher calls on you was the very first step. And we took that. We're like, all right, well, if we can do that over the course of a couple of years, become confident, let's do something different. And when we saw people on social media on Vine, we're like, yo, that's something we could definitely do. Let's just put our minds to it and like go for it. No one else in Kansas does social media.
Right.
Let's be the first.
Yeah, it's like most people you probably talk to in social media will be like, oh, we were just like messing around and then a random video like popped off.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any social medias besides like Facebook when we were 16. So we sat down, we said, okay, we're gonna do this. We came up with a plan and we created like Vine, Twitter, I don't know, like everything else, like YouTube, all of that stuff like in one sitting, and then just went with it. And the next month we had 20,000 followers.
Whoa, you went in with a mission.
Everything
Yeah.
was a strategy from day one. Like, we planned it out, had calendar dates, like written down thing. Like, it was not.
You still have calendars in your whiteboards.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it.
Absolutely nothing was just, you know, by accident. We were like, we're going to do this. This is how it's going to happen. And we just followed through and just kept working until it happened.
Obviously, it's not easy because you put in a lot of work and it takes a lot of effort and focus and energy to make something like this actually happen. But then it's also, at least in my situation, going through high school and doing radio, it wasn't really easy on the social side for me. One, because I didn't have time to hang out with people.
100%.
And two, I'd walk through the hallways and everybody in school would call me iCarly because they had really no idea what I was doing. They just knew that it existed in some form of social media and that someone out there was listening. So, like, it was... I don't know, maybe you got popular in school off of it. But in my case, it was like, no, right? Because
No.
people end up hating that person.
Right,
They'll know
Yeah.
nothing about it and they set their sights on it. And because it's not their normal, or when it's not them, they just kind of, they feel the need to bring it down until you prove yourself and become legitimate, right?
100%.
And we were
yeah.
the band kids too, so it's like they always saw us in that band kid like nerdy
Dude,
light. They
I
didn't
was the
really
video
care.
club kid. I totally get it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I might be lower than you on the totem pole. I got tackled on the side of the field shooting football games.
I was a jock, so I was really popular.
Oh, yeah.
Can't
Oh,
relate.
dang.
So sorry.
Losers.
I went to all the parties. It was awesome.
High school was great for me.
No, but was it hard? Were kids making fun of you? Were they like watching your vines and talking crap?
I mean, never to our face. We never had somebody come up and like physically like bully us, but definitely like walking down the hallways, we get like name called and like
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
we'd hear all about that stuff.
like, everyone knew us because I think we had a very immediate success that even we weren't really prepared for. So everyone, like I said, no one in Kansas did social media. So when one person has 20,000 followers on like Vine,
You're a thing.
that's like huge. No one else even has 1,000 followers on social media when you're that age. And so I don't know, everyone would kind of mimic our Vines because like everyone would watch them and then they would like kind of make fun of us in that class, but kind of like at a class setting or like the newscasting that like played in front of the school, like they would just make subtle jokes. And I mean, even at assemblies, the teachers that would speak in front of the crowd would kind of make, you know, like jokes, like undermining us.
I feel like jabs.
Like jabs, because they knew it was like, you know, relatable. Everyone knew, oh, those popular kids, we can make fun of them. They're doing fine. Well, let's make fun of them. But it was
We
bad.
got called out a lot actually. I remember one time we were at an assembly, like literally the entire school was there, like all grades, and there was a guy that was talking about social media and how it can like affect your mental health stuff there. And it was so long ago, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was just like, yeah, but like at least don't like go follow a fat person with a tuba like on Vine, like referencing us. And everybody just stood and looked at us and was like, oh, like I don't know. So that
like
would happen
that.
all the time, like where our entire school would just out us like that. And oh yeah, like the principal would come and talk to us all the time, and so he would call over we had like one intercom over the entire school, so like any announcement would be to every single classroom, and so you would hear like Sam and Colby like please report at the office, and everybody's like oh. And
But
stuff
like,
that.
there was definitely the capability to choose what classroom you called people out.
But they would do it.
Oh yeah.
He did it over the whole thing so that everyone would get a reaction. It was, you know.
So what we did kind of to like revolt back is like when we had our biggest Kansas meet and greet, we just took a bunch of flyers and said like, hey everybody come to our meet and greet free, and just hung them up all around the school like
Yeah.
before that.
Wow.
Yeah, and everybody was
Everyone
not
made
too
fun of
happy
us for
about
that, but like it's fine. You know, at that
You
point we
know.
didn't care.
You're an easy target. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was
You
fine.
put yourself out there.
Exactly.
We were
Not that it's
expecting
right,
that or
but-
worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you guys have ever experienced at one of your haunted places, or breaking into like a haunted hotel or something?
Queen Mary.
Yeah.
Is that
happens, like,
real?
Queen Mary, that's 100% real.
In Long
happened?
Beach?
Everything on that.
What happened there?
Yeah, Queen Mary and Long Beach, a lot of people like underestimate it because it is a working hotel. People assume like, oh, no way it can still be haunted if people work there. Like that wouldn't work. But anyway, so there's this room that was closed for 30 years prior to the date that we were able to gain access to it because of how haunted it was and because of how many random deaths happened in that room itself. Like I think 49 deaths were in that one room unexplained.
It's
Like-
not random at that point.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like anyone who stays in there would have an unexplained death. It's like,
It's weird.
what the heck? Why? Like, what is in there? And then obviously there's a million other ghost stories about the Queen Mary. Hundreds of people died because of it was used in, I think, a war or something like that as well. But yeah, that was definitely the scariest night of our lives. We got access for the 1 month trial period that they had to reopen it. And we took our roommates and we said, we're going to not leave this room until 6 a.m. next morning. And we didn't make it.
Really?
What happened?
Well, it's a story, but like we filmed an entire YouTube video, started at like midnight, like filming it, and nothing really happened on camera. And so we were just kind of like, okay, this is bullshit, like whatever, like this is nothing. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, cool. I was like, ooh.
You already did it, so.
Too late now. But anyways, like we weren't hearing anything, like no noises. We were just, okay, this is nothing. Like we might as well just
and
leave.
by no noises, we mean like we were actually sitting in a dark room, like trying to perform seances and like contact the spirits. And
Yeah.
we would do this multiple times for 20, 30 minutes at a time, like 6 or 7 times throughout
On
the
and
whole night.
off camera.
Yeah, we would try it on camera, off
Were you
camera,
doing it with
the lights.
somebody else, or were you guys running the seance?
It was like all of our roommates. It wasn't really like a seance where you're probably like imagining us like saying like crazy things like in a circle or whatever, but it was more like we just sat in a circle, had like candles out, and we're just really quiet. Like didn't make
Like,
one
trying
word
to
for
call out
30 minutes.
I mean, there's like Ouija boards, there's crystal balls, like there's tarot cards, everything like you would be able to try to contact a spirit. We tried it, and we tried it multiple times. Nothing would ever
Nothing.
happen on and off camera. So that's when we decided to give up. So we turned off the cameras, turned off the SD cards, threw everything in the backpack, said, okay, let's try one last time. Without any intention of filming. If something happens, let's just keep it to ourselves. And so we did. And so we sat there for another 15 minutes, and we're like, let's try everyone be completely serious. This is not filming. Make sure no one is filming. Like, we got this. And it didn't work again. And so we're like, okay, let's leave. And as soon as we got up from that, the faucet 15 feet away turned on full blast for 4 seconds.
I'm about to cry. I hate ghost stories.
You
He
actually
cries,
are.
he cries every time we
Every
talk
time
about
someone
ghosts.
tells a ghost story,
I'm
keep going,
shaking
loving
right
this.
now.
Yeah,
like
yeah, keep
I'm
going.
freaking out over here.
Keep
But
going.
yeah, like immediately Sam like lunged for the camera and was just like, ah, and like grabbed it, turned it on, and right as he turned it on, boom, like it turned off.
Of course.
But you can see on our video that everybody's crying, like in the room, like especially our friend Corey, who's like the most scared like out of us all.
It's the Dan.
Yeah. And so we ran to the bathroom. We saw water all over the sink and stuff, so we knew it happened. Tried to check back footage to see if we like got any sound of it, but that was it. So we were like convinced that something had turned on the faucet like right as we were trying to leave.
And it was not going to do it if we recorded it.
Right.
So we're like, okay, fine. Then let's just do what whatever here wants us to do, turn off the camera. We did the same thing, put it all away. We said, okay, even if something happens, we're not going to turn anything on, just to make sure we do it. So we sat there for another 30 minutes, and it took 30 minutes to get another sound, and then we got one. And what that means is just little small sounds that would come directly after us asking for a sound. And then so we decided to test it. And so we would ask it questions like, all right, if that faucet was you, knock once for yes, knock two for no. And they would knock accordingly. But we're like, okay, that could be a coincidence. That could be someone else. So we would test it multiple different times with multiple different ways we'd ask the question. So we had a 35-minute conversation with a spirit going back and forth, knocks. And the multiple reasons why we think this is 100% true is due to the fact that we would ask questions in a different manner. So we found out a couple things, like that was it doing the faucet, but we would ask it different ways. Like, was that you doing the faucet? Yes. Like, were you not, like, putting on the faucet? No. Like, I don't know, stupid stuff like that. Like, we figured out that there was multiple spirits. Obviously, the Queen Mary, 49 people died. And so we'd ask it, are you in a group? Yes. Are you alone? No. Like, it would answer accordingly and never once wavered from the same story every single time we answered a question for 35 minutes.
Cool.
And it wasn't like the knocks weren't, because like a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, it could have been somebody like listening in and like knocking on the door, but the knocks weren't like a loud like knock, knock, knock type thing. It was more like taps almost.
Yeah.
And they would happen in different spots of the room. So we'd be like, yes for, or knock once for yes, knock multiple times for no, and then it would be like, boom, one above us, boom, right below us, boom, in the closet, behind the bed, right next to the table, like we could hear where they
outside
were
the
from.
window, and this is a ship, so no one can be hanging from the window outside. That doesn't make sense. So with that all being said, we're like, all right, you know, like, what do we do? Like, this is really horrifying. And basically our last question was, you know, does it believe in a heaven? And it answers no. And our roommate told us that demons are known and famous to try to convince humans that there are no heavens. So we all ran immediately out of that like hotel room, got in our car, went all the way home. And when we got home, our roommate looked at us and said, guess what, guys? Looked over, what? He pulls it out, and he had a voice recording of the entire 35-minute
Oh,
conversation.
wow. Good for him.
Well done.
He did it like in his pocket without
Well
telling
done.
anybody.
He didn't tell a single person. And so we have evidence, and we've told multiple people. We even have a YouTube video with that audio recording inside of it, so uncut, unedited, no music or anything behind it, that anyone can see and
You can hear the
call us
knocks
on
like on the video.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
Easy.
This stuff's real. I believe every single word that you just told me. We just had a moment here in the studio that was very powerful with spirits and like very true.
And I cried again.
It was
There you go.
Man,
a little bit more
freaky.
than
It's
what you just
freaky.
saw, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah. And just to
Freaks
like
me
clear
out.
things up a little bit, we're very skeptical people. Like we never really believed in ghosts until that night, and we've been exploring for like a year. So we've been to all of the insane asylums like you could ever think of, like the most haunted places in the world. I went to Suicide Forest like last year. So like we've been to like the scariest places, and really we're just like, like it's probably not true or whatever.
Yeah, that could be the wind. That could just be coincidence. That could be, you know, air ducts. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
Like, yeah, because a lot of people were just like, oh, they're just being dramatic. Like, they're probably can, like, I don't know, like, just make up anything in their head and just go with it and stuff like that. But, yeah, even when we were at the Queen Mary, we, like, checked everything for, like, bugs to make sure, like, nobody was listening to us. It was at the end of the hallway, so there was nobody on, like, our left side. The only person that could have been knocking would be on our right side, but all the knocks were, like, around the room. So it was, like, there was no explanation of how that could happen.
That's weird.
Dude, it's real. Dude,
Freaked out Dan.
the spirits are real.
Yep. I know.
That freaks you out?
Yes, that freaks me out. So you've never come face to face with a ghost, though?
No.
You don't want that to happen to you.
Dan has.
It's terrifying.
Really?
You have?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Terrifying. Change your life for the worst.
like where like you could like see it or you could hear it in front of you.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're not
Is
going to
that-
talk about that.
No, okay.
We're
let's
not,
talk
not
about
going to
it.
talk about that.
Do you know who the ghost was?
No idea.
Just a ghost.
It's just there,
Okay.
and it happened.
Oh,
What are
It
these
was freaky.
I want to ask, what are these hospital masks?
oh, it's a fashion statement.
It doesn't really do much.
So you're not looking to keep people safe or keep your germs in?
I mean, in a sense, like most of the places we go to have like asbestos, and like if dirt and stuff gets in your lungs, it's bad. But you really should have like a professional gas mask. We just have also the paper thin like doctor's masks, but it's more like you said, like for a statement for merch.
It's
Like kind of get the whole look of the Explorer.
You watch like any other explorers, they have those gas masks that are like huge,
yeah.
and they're like, "Hey guys, we're here to explore this," and we're just like, "Oh god," with these like
Bane.
flimsy little
We could be
doctor's
cooler
masks.
than that.
Yeah,
It probably works half as well, but it's cooler in our opinion. So
Your lungs are shot, but
Yeah.
it's fashion.
fashion, dude. That's what's all about.
gotta look cool doing YouTube. Can't look back when you're 50, even if you're dying. It's
What?
whatever.
What a way to live.
For the views.
Your tour, I wanted to see it. Dylan went, he liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Obviously.
I was pretty impressed. I thought it was awesome.
Your fans are crazy in the best ways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They're awesome.
We're
What do you-
very very blessed.
What do? You just talk? You chill? Tell stories?
That's what everyone says. They're like, wait,
everybody's
you're
like,
going on
"Do
tour?
you guys have talents?"
what?
Wow, I didn't know
You
that.
do things.
You have talent, but how do you bring that to a stage setting?
Definitely. I mean, we do a lot of like different stuff. Most of it was a meet and greet tour. So
Okay.
like we would do 95% of the time that we were allotted was a meet and greet, and then we'd get on stage for about 30 minutes there in the middle into like, we had like a funny skit, we had an intro, like a very like scary haunted little like scene with our cloaks and our masks, just kind of like doing the shtick.
Yeah.
Then we'd like play games with our audience and question and answer.
That's
'cause,
fun.
I don't know.
Hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you want.
It was
Yeah.
100% to meet the fans. Like
Yeah.
we weren't trying to like impress them.
Yeah, we were on stage for like less than 30 minutes, if that explains anything.
No,
So
but
it
you
wasn't
chilled with everybody.
right. It was it was a meet and greet more than yeah.
And most importantly,
Performance.
you got Dylan's approval. So I know
Yeah.
that
There you go.
really means a lot to so many people.
That's all
Yeah.
you need.
Lying,
Exactly.
it means nothing.
You guys know the phrase, "You scared the shit out of me."
Yeah.
Have you guys ever like pooped or peed yourself being scared?
Being scared?
Our roommates have. I don't
Oh
think we
yeah,
have.
definitely our roommates.
They have.
Jeez.
With you? Because of something you put them in?
No, they long time ago they swore off doing videos with us. So
Yeah, they didn't want to do any more with us.
Yeah.
Plus, it's just dangerous when you have like 3 or 4 people all trying to like sneak around a insane asylum.
we do most by ourselves.
Yeah.
What's the longest you two have ever fought for?
The most we ever fought was last year, and it was because not last year, but like maybe like a year and a half ago, and it was because we were living like together, and so we saw each other like every second of every single day. Like we see each other every day now, but back then it was just like you wake up, you see each other, like you spend all day together, then you go to sleep, just repeat all of that. So it just got to a point where all of like the little things were starting to annoy us. So it wasn't like we fought over like a specific thing, because ever since like the beginning of our friendship, we've been really good at just communicating with each other. And like I'll say, if I'm mad about something, we'll talk it out, and like vice versa. So the longest, just to answer your questions, probably like a day or two. Like honestly.
I mean, I think a lot of that had to do. It was on and off, but I think a lot of it had to do with the success rate. At that point, like a year and a half ago, we did not really know that we wanted to do exploring. This was like maybe 2 weeks before we did our 24 hours in Target, our pop-up video, so we weren't doing very well on YouTube. Vine obviously was coming to an end. That was our biggest platform. We were like, what are we going to do? Are we going to have to move back? Like, it was stressful, like when money's not great, like you only see decline in numbers, and it's just like, I want to blame you, and he wants to blame me, and it's just like, So that caused a lot of tension. But
Yeah.
I understand that.
But now living with roommates, it's like we have never been at a better point in our friendship, like right now.
definitely.
And would you say the same about your channel?
Yeah.
Everything
would.
about our social media is probably at its peak as of
Right.
today.
And honestly, I think that's because fans can actually like sense that somehow. Like they can tell if there's like a genuine like friendship like behind the video or not, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
No, I totally understand that.
Yeah,
they want
like-
authenticity.
Right,
They want to
right.
know the real you. And
Yeah, when we were fighting, arguing and stuff like that, I think it showed in our videos a little bit and showed that we didn't care as much, so we didn't get as many views. But then moving into the house and getting a brand new like situation and stuff like that, we were able to really show the fans that like, yeah, like we're actually really good friends and stuff like that.
And a big part of it was also becoming more individualized. I mean, at this point, I think we were like 19 years old. We kind of wanted to do our own thing as well as be a duo. And from that point, on, we started individual channels. But prior to that, everything we'd ever done on Vine, on YouTube, on Twitter, literally everything from the second we started social media was a duo. So I had to get his approval for everything. He had to get vice versa approval. So it was hard to come up with ideas and always be, all right, I have to compromise on anything. But now we obviously are mostly known as a duo, but we do our personal stuff, to like vent out. Like I can be my own creative sense. He can have his own creative stuff,
You got to upload your video.
I do.
How often do you upload on your personal channels? Every week?
Once a week, every Friday.
And then together you post once a week too?
Mm-hmm. So one, then duo one. So 3 times a week.
Sweet.
Yep.
We were going to do something together for Halloween because I wanted to explore something really scary and freaky. But like, low key, we kind of gave that slot to Poppy. Not saying she's more viral, but like,
We like her better.
like,
great.
That's all we
I
want to
can
say.
sense that. It's fine.
She was popular in high school, and now it's like
That's the thing.
it's you're complete opposite from us.
Yeah.
I don't know if
100%.
she, dude, Sister's weird. We're talking about the same Poppy. I don't think Sister was popular in high school.
I don't think she went to high school.
No, she was formed in a test tube. Duh.
Yeah.
Question. I wanted to do something for Thanksgiving for a while, and I haven't been able to find the right people to help me out.
It's you too.
Will you help me out before I tell you what it is?
That's like, that doesn't make any sense.
I know it
You'll be
doesn't.
We need verbal confirmation.
I need verbal
before we tell you.
confirmation before
Yeah.
I share.
I'm trying to pull off a heist.
Wow.
I need to rob a bank. and
Black
you guys
Friday,
have to-
we're
You
gonna
guys are
rob all
the
of it.
perfect person to
You'd
do
be
it
the
for
best
us.
people to do it, probably.
In that case, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm done.
Okay, here's the idea. I've wanted to find a way into an IKEA with an entire Thanksgiving meal and just set up a Thanksgiving meal at one of their dining room tables and just start serving people dinner.
Let's do
Pies, trimmings, stuffings,
He's in.
taters.
it. Yeah,
That's
that's
the best
easy.
idea I've ever heard.
Let's
I
do
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Might be cold. The food might be a little cold.
Whatever.
But it's fine.
Are you guys down to help me?
100%.
Yeah.
I'll pay for all the food.
Oh,
I'll handle all
double down.
costs.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Got me sold on that right there.
Can we broadcast it on the radio while it's happening?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Is that even possible?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Let's go.
We got things. Yo,
You've been doing it for a while.
We're doing it.
hey, hands in.
Let's do it.
Woo!
Oh, woo!
Yeah, Dan.
Oh, you're coming too.
They're
was
not,
thinking
they're
that
not
seems-
invited. But they're,
That seems easy compared to all the other things they're doing. They break into places.
So let's start with the Thanksgiving meal at IKEA, and then we'll expand from there.
Okay.
Perfect.
then we'll take them to the insane asylums. It's fine.
Thanksgiving at Insane Asylum.
Which I am down to do, and I would love to do with you guys. I'm very much a believer in spirits. It was freaky what happened in here a few days ago. Very powerful stuff.
Are you allowed to tell us?
You'll have to listen on your radio.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Good clickbait.
Yeah, that's right.
good stuff.
That's the title of this video, actually. Nothing else that we talked about. It's going to be a, powerful moment with Ghost in studio. And they'll never happen for 42 minutes.
Wow.
Haley's over there. Anything on your mind? You're a fan of Sam and Colby's.
Yeah, work. I love what you guys do. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait.
What are the odds you go? Oh,
The microphone.
Give your own microphone.
Stop, girl. What are the odds you guys would go back to the Queen Mary? Or are you done?
It's a good question.
I do that with you guys.
If this radio
I would do it with
podcast gets 500,000 likes,
I love when you do that.
I'm going to make 500,000 accounts and
you
I'll
go.
like it, so we'll all go.
there we
Sweet.
go. There we go. I don't know.
I don't know.
it's
It was,
scary.
it was traumatizing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we didn't get hurt. So, probably.
Can you do it again?
Yes.
Probably do it again.
I would love to do that with you all. I'll commit to that if you commit to my IKEA Thanksgiving.
Okay, it's a date.
I'm scared.
Boom. I'm scared too.
Dan, you gonna go to the Queen Mary or what's up?
Maybe. I'd have to bring a lot of tissues. Crying the whole time.
It's no joke. It's really no joke.
You have to come.
I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd
Really?
be terrified, but yeah, I'd do it.
God. What did
Is
we
this
get ourselves
happening? I
into?
know.
Yeah.
What did we just commit to? Cool. This is really exciting.
So
I'm
exciting.
Was it that scary that you're like scared to go back? Like,
Yeah.
you look like you're terrified.
That changed my life forever. Like I was, like I said, super skeptical. Like after that, I was like, wow, there's something that happens after we die. Like that's
It's that.
yeah. It's
You'd stuck on a ship.
Great.
Yeah, stuck on a ship. Dang it.
Is this ship on land or can we sink?
Oh, it's
I mean,
No, it's on the water.
It's in the
It's
water.
like, yeah,
connected,
connected
to
It's
land,
docked.
but it's in the water.
Okay.
It's still a ship.
These
yeah.
ghosts could sink the ship while we're on it.
damn.
that'd be
Just
really
gotta
sad.
think of all situations.
Worst case scenario. Here we go. That's the thing.
By the way, there's so many other terrible things to happen to us that don't include the boat sinking.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, we could a ghost can enter us if they wanted to.
To enter us.
Yeah, we
You
had
ever
a,
have sex with a ghost?
I tried one time, but I couldn't find it.
what did you do that in the Queen Mary? I'm guaranteed
Yeah,
you
like
get laid.
Sam just like
Yeah.
looks at me, and I'm just like humping the air. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Leave me alone.
None of your
don't understand.
business.
The lady who was in our studio who was channeling and like opening the veil to let any spirits in, she is an expert in ghost sex.
Oh, it's a thing.
How does that
Oh
work?
yeah, no, it's definitely a thing people do.
Maybe we'll bring
Really?
her with us to the Queen Mary. She's pretty crazy.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's great.
Yeah.
Dan doesn't like her.
She brought ghosts to this studio that we're in right now. It's
No.
full of light.
They were already here.
Dan,
She
you
just-
know that spirit was here.
Were they trying to have sex with you?
No ghost tried to
He was
bang me that day. No.
No.
But this
No.
lady just they're in here. They're all around us.
Sam and Colby, love. We have a lot of things to get to, and like you guys are
Get to,
awesome.
I think we just got to a
Thank you,
lot.
thank
Well, no, we have to go serve Thanksgiving meal at
Oh,
IKEA
yeah,
and then
yeah.
make our way back to the Queen Mary.
We made plans. There we go.
Yeah. When do you shoot videos and then when do you release? How far out?
Oh, it depends. Sometimes, like we just got back from Australia like literally 5 days ago, and so we filmed like what 8 videos, 6, 7 videos, something like
Yeah.
that, like at a
Nice.
time.
So,
Wow.
So-
that once a week, because we try to, film 2 months in advance. So we just did 6 weeks, and now we're filming a couple this week. So
Well,
Be fun.
put us in your next roster,
Okay.
there you go.
when you're
yeah.
planning out your next set of videos.
Let's do it.
Shoot,
Queen
definitely.
Mary, all aboard. Sam and Colby, love. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Thank
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thanks for
you
having
very
me.
much.
I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please subscribe and also check out our podcast. There's a link in the description, and also comment and like and do things. Other interviews are on the screen somewhere, so click them. Thanks for watching.